With all due respects to Stephen Hawking, his warning about space aliens was most likely hype for his television appearance. Had he said there is no evidence of space aliens and we have no clue as to what they would be like, who would want to watch the show? Now, if you have a well-respected scientist saying the aliens are likely hostile and we should avoid them, a lot of people will tune in. There is no evidence that there are hostile aliens out there. For an alien to get to Earth, you would have to assume that their technology is a lot more advanced than ours. The Earth's chemicals are readily available in the rest of the universe. We also have a very corrosive atmosphere. A better place to go for chemicals would be Mars because of the lack of an atmosphere. The fastest we have gotten a space vehicle up to is about 40,000 miles per hour. That is about 5.97 thousandths of a percent of the speed of light. To accelerate to 90% of the speed of light at 2 G's of force, it would take about half year and a distance of about 200 times the distance from Pluto to the Sun to achieve that. Given that a trip to Mars would cost about $1 trillion, and after the trip due to bone mass loss, the travelers would have to be put in a wheelchair, and also that the distance from Mars to Earth compared to Earth to another star is about a blink of an eye. And additionally, the space aliens would have to have infrastructure in place to stop them and return. At our best speed, it would take about 250,000 years to get to the nearest star. If you consider the provisions that would have to be packed for such a trip, it is not going to happen. We all have our intuitions based on our life experiences. Let us assume that somehow a crew and a spacecraft got accelerated to 90% of the speed of light, and that both the spacecraft and this crew survived. It would take a lot of energy and materials to achieve that. If you consider that it costs billions of dollars to have just elementary particles accelerated to near the speed of light with an accelerator, it would probably take about 10 to the 31st times more money to accelerate a spaceship. The next trick, if you were going that fast, would be to stop when you got to your destination. So unless there was something to stop you waiting at the end of the line, you wouldn't stop. Most of the vehicular travel most people have been engaged in is such that when you turn off the power source, you stop. When you're traveling through space at the speed of light, you would not have a power source on. Because of the conservation of momentum, you would need to have something fastened to you such that you would slow down over a distance about 200 times more than the distance of the Sun to Pluto. This would occur again over a period of about a half year. This feat would make the acceleration to the near the speed of light look like a piece of cake. The only way the trip could be made is if, like the transporters in Star Trek, people could be converted from organic to non-organic and back. No society with that technology would need anything that is on Earth. Aliens with that kind of technology would be as interested in negotiating with us as a bulldozer operator is interested in negotiating with ants on a job site.